right, what's up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We're going to look at Zcash, okay, ZEC. This one was a viewer request, so I'll go ahead and break it down for you guys. We're going to go over the whole chart, okay? So this right here is like February 2020. It's currently September 2022. All right, so just going to go and show you how using chart patterns you can be able to have a better insight, okay, at what the patterns are and when things could possibly be going bearish or bullish, right? If you're looking and you're a little bit confused on some of the price action, this video will be really helpful and you'll learn a lot, okay? Now we're only going to do chart patterns on this video, so if you want to see something like divergence, let me know in the comments below and I can break down the whole history of Zcash using divergence as an indicator rather than just chart patterns, okay? So the first pattern we're looking at here is a head and shoulders, okay? You have your left shoulder, you've got your head, and you've got your right shoulder right here, okay? And you can see we got the full play out, okay? The move played all the way out. All right. So, that was a very easy one to spot. Right. The next one that we're going to be looking at is the same thing again. Okay. We're going to look at another head and shoulders right here. Okay. And again, you see your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder. Okay. So I want you to start, practicing this yourself and start charting these up yourself. Start looking at some head and shoulders. Okay. That's a pretty easy pattern to identify. And TradingView has a very nice head and shoulders button. Okay. Tool that you can use to go ahead and draw these up yourself. Now we are looking at the daily time frame, which is the time frame that I recommend looking at the most, right? And this next pattern we have is kind of a combination of two patterns, okay? You could say that this is a bull flag, okay? There's nothing wrong with calling that a bull flag. I like to call it a descending wedge. Okay. And basically, you're going to see the price chop in between this wedge and break out to the upside. Okay. So a descending wedge is actually a bullish pattern, right? So we saw that pattern play out. Okay. And then what do we get again? Okay. We get another descending wedge. Okay. And we'll take a look at it right here. And again, we're zigzagging in between this wedge until we get the breakout to the upside right here. Okay. And from there, we form a nice double top. Okay. So you see this top right here, this top right here. It's also known as an M pattern, right? So we have a nice M pattern, nice double top directly after we got the bullish pop off of the ascending wedge. So, double tops are very, very easy to spot, right? You can just, find a level here. Okay. And once you see we come back up to that level and we're not able to push higher, okay, then you have a double top and you would look for the play to come back down to where the rally started, right? And we can see that that went ahead and played out perfectly as well. Okay, and here we have much more of a bull flag. Okay, this is how I personally like to chart my bull flags, is with your nice flagpole. Okay, so you have your nice flagpole here, and then you have this bearish channel. Okay, this bearish channel is an area that you're looking for a breakout to the upside, right? And we get a very clean breakout to the upside. All right, and we move much, much higher. Okay, then from there, what do? We have bullish pattern, play out. We go up here to, our bull flag targets, okay, and we form another pattern that we've been looking at, okay. This time it's an ascending wedge, right? It's an ascending wedge, not a descending wedge. So if you see a wedge going up, ascending, that's a bearish pattern, and you need to be cautious of a break of this trend line. You notice once we broke that trend line, we had a very sharp move to the downside, okay. So we went over some bull flags. We've went over some head and shoulders, descending wedges, rising wedges. The next pattern we're going to look at here is actually called an inverse cup and handle, right? So, everybody knows the cup and handle looks like this. You can have it inverted, right? So here we clearly have a nice inverted cup and handle, okay? And we break the base of the cup and we get our move down, okay? We hit the target there, all right, and we end up reversing afterwards. Okay, so something like this is purely like a technicals, right? If I'm seeing something like this with just a little wick down here, it looks like people were shorting it, playing this move, all right, and then buyers quickly stepped in. Okay, it wasn't too much of sentiment, more of a technical trade right there. Okay. And then from there, we get another ascending wedge. All right. And again, once you see the ascending wedges, it's an indication that you could have a bearish move in the future, right? And of course, that's what we got. We got a very big breakdown, Okay, just want to show you guys we hit the target as well on that one. We came over there. It didn't hit it straight away, right? It kind of chopped a little bit and a little bit of an Elliott wave formation, right? Where you have a 1, 2, 3 pattern right there. All right. And from there, we actually form an inverse head and shoulders, right? So we went over the regular head and shoulders. Now we can see we have an inverse. Okay. So we have our left shoulder here, we have our head, we have our right shoulder. Okay. And this is the beginning of the left shoulder. I want you guys to see that we went ahead and hit that target beautifully. Okay. So there's lots and lots of ways to trade cryptocurrency, and patterns are really effective. Okay. Most trading done in cryptocurrency, along with the stock market, believe it or not, is mostly done by algorithms, right? So you have people programming these algos to spot certain patterns. And look at volume and price action, and they're going to come in and fill these trades, right? So this was a very nice inverse head and shoulders you could have played. Once we got the right shoulder here, okay, you look for the break above your neckline, and you can ride that momentum up towards your target over here, okay? And then we'll go over here now and look at the next pattern that I saw. We had a very nice bear flag, okay? So we went over a bull flag. Now we're going to look at the bear flag, all right? You have your downwards move right here, your flagpole, okay? And then here's the flag where you're trading in this channel right here, and you're looking for a break below this trend line. We have a nice bearish engulfing candle right here. That's our break of the trend line, okay? And eventually we come down and hit the price target as well on our bear flag, okay? The next pattern that we're going to look at is going to be another head and shoulders. All right. So, hopefully you're catching the drift. There's like 3 or 4 patterns that you can look for that are easy to spot, right? Another head and shoulders right here. Okay. And what do you know? We get the move to play out where we come back down to the beginning of the head and shoulders. Okay. And then we look over here, right, in some of the recent price action. Right. And this may seem a little bit choppy to some people. Okay. But, I had this charted up before some of the recent price action that we've had. And so I want you to see the overall patterns, right? We have this triangle pattern here, okay, that we're currently testing. I'll go over that. But look what we had. We had a nice ascending wedge, okay, and then that caused the drop down. Well, in that drop down, we formed a descending wedge, right? And this is a very good example that not all patterns are going to play out perfectly, okay? So we had the ascending wedge and that played out very well, okay? We hit the price targets down here, okay? But we were looking to see if we were going to get a bullish pop. We had right here what's known as a false breakout, okay? Or you could call it a look above and fail, right? Because we broke the trend line, we looked above, okay? But we ended up failing and coming back down. Now, if we zoom in a little bit more, okay, on that triangle pattern, the overall triangle pattern, right, we'll go ahead and get rid of some of this now so it's a little bit clearer for you guys since this pattern did not play out, right? This is what I'm seeing, and we're seeing some really, really good trading on the technicals, right? We had the full play out of the ascending wedge, okay? We came down and we hit our targets down here, right? And what we're seeing now is we broke this trend line, and what we're doing is we coming down, and this is a perfect retest. Okay, so in a perfect world, this would get rejected today. All right, notice how we wicked above, but the price action was not able to remain there. Okay, so we come down, retest, and then come back down, and then this is going to be our price target here. This is our current low. All right. So, think of the Elliott wave again, how we went 1, 2, 3 pattern, right? So that's what I'm seeing here. It looks very, very good if you're looking to short, right? Or if you're not in this, it does look like it's trading very well to the technicals. We have a 1 wave down, 2 wave up. And we're going to look to see if we possibly get that 3 wave down, okay? So that's basically my breakdown of Zcash, ticker symbol ZEC. All right. Again, let me know in the comments below if you guys would like me to go over the divergence, right, using RSI divergence. This one was pretty much strictly just chart patterns. But, once you start combining chart patterns with divergence, you're going to have even more of an edge in the market. And that's what you truly need. You need an edge in the market. Okay. You need something that's going to give you an advantage over everyone else who's buying into things blindly and not really having a game plan heading in to their trades. Okay, so appreciate you watching the video. I'm out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.